so Tony, number 5, -2 times -9.
Positive 18.
The report shows teachers and the province are still very much at odds over the issue of class size and composition. It says conciliators did try to get the two sides to compromise on class size, but that was unsuccessful. Education Minister Gord Wyant says putting this in the collective agreement isn't the way to solve it, that every classroom and division's needs are different. And he says if it were to go in the agreement, it may not be flexible.
That's why last fall I put together a committee of some experts to come up with some deliver a path forward on how we formally deal with this.
Meanwhile, opposition leader Ryan Miley says he sees it as the most important issue that needs to be resolved. He says the conciliation report used cautious language around class size discussions and collective bargaining.
It came across to me as is not necessarily something that has to be in it. So they weren't saying it shouldn't be, they weren't saying it should be. It sounds like they kind of took a pass on making any comment on that.
Here is what we know about the back and forth of contract negotiations. In its offer, the Provincial Bargaining Committee put forward a 3-year deal. Teachers would get a one-time $1,500 payment and 2% salary increases each year for the next 2 years. The Saskatchewan Teachers Federation wants a 3-year deal with the 2% salary increase in 2019-2020 and then an additional 3% salary increase each of the next 2 years. They also want a contract of employment for substitute teachers. In terms of money, the Conciliation Board recommends a 1% salary increase for year 1 and 2% salary increases in years 2 and 3. The board concluded that the parties are too far apart to reach an agreement at this time, addressing class size and composition concerns. As for substitute teacher contracts, the board recommends local school boards be required to provide STF with a list of all teachers employed as substitutes during the school year with monthly updates.
A cynical side of me says that government is playing this out to wait for the March budget in order to set up an election issue and make it seem like they're coming to, at the end of the day, trying to save the system. And that would be really frustrating if they're just playing politics with our kids' classrooms and our kids' supports. The kids are in the classroom today, as I said, and they need supports now. And we would hope that government would come back quickly and with some meaningful support so that we can get this resolved.
Late this afternoon, the Minister of Education wrote to the presidents of the STF and the Saskatchewan School Boards Association, inviting them to meet with him to look at opportunities to, quote, support the classroom's student learning and teacher working environment. The results of the teachers' vote on work sanctions are expected later this month. Sam McKegg, CBC News, Regina.
-30 or